like to present you with a bill of sale to St. Jude Hospital. I'd like to tell you that we're more than happy to be able to do this, really. I'm glad that we're the ones that are able to do it.
Well, thank you, Elvis. I really can't understand why anybody wouldn't want this very beautiful and historical vessel. I wish I could afford to buy it myself for my own use and maintain it, but naturally I'm not that financially fit. But in behalf of St. Jude Hospital of Memphis, Tennessee, our hometown.
Our hometown.
You betcha. The Children's Research Center there thanks you very much.
You're very welcome.
The diseases that are being fought there, leukemia, muscular dystrophy, sickle cell anemia, and all the horrible diseases killing our children, also thank you. I mean, the scientists
Well,
are fighting these diseases.
I'm happy that we're the ones to be able to do it.
What are you trying to do with this vessel now that it's yours?
Well, now that St. Jude Hospital has taken over this vessel, we naturally plan to try to sell it or sell it as soon as is humanly possible, because we're not interested in a commercial venture of any kind or a sightseeing vessel, although it certainly should be enshrined. I'm surprised that it hasn't been.
But we should have another auction out here with people bidding like we had before.
I don't know. We have several private buyers already interested. I don't think that we will go through the hassle of an auction.
I don't think so either.
We will just discuss it with the interested parties and give it to the...
If we do, we'll come by it again.
Yeah, we'll come and buy it again.
Possibly, what did you think when the Market Times said they weren't interested in it? What transpired there?
Well, I could understand their reason for it, really. I was a little surprised, you know, but I could understand their reason for it.
Were you ever afraid you might not be able to get rid of it?
Well, that wasn't the case, you know, because that was the reason for it, was the March of Dimes.
No, frankly, I happen to know, and I know Elvis is a little too modest to talk about it, but immediately after he purchased it, he could have sold it at a personal profit to himself. But that isn't why he bought it. He bought it with charity in mind. And he was there, and he felt that he could outbid the highest bidder, and he did.
How did you first find out about the St. Jude's Foundation and the ALSAC Foundation?
I did a walk-on for Mr. Thomas in 1956, I believe it was.
Yes, at the Chicks ballpark.
Right.
At the Memphis Chick baseball team ballpark.
A personal question.
And they built a hospital where my house used to be.
Yeah, we did. We built a hospital right where his house used to be.
It's true.
His old house, yeah.
Well, like I said, we can understand about the March of Dimes, but we're just as happy to be able to give it to this organization.
What happened to the Coast Guard on shore?
I beg your pardon?
What happened to the Coast Guard on shore?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't answer that, really.
Personally, why did you not keep it and use it yourself?
Well, sir, I didn't buy it for myself, you know. Like I said, the reason that we bought it was for the March of Dimes. And they couldn't accept it. I can understand it. But I didn't buy it for myself.
Can you afford to keep it yourself?
Could I afford to keep it for myself?
Gentlemen, you both have expressed now your sentiments on it. That's what
It's hard to say.
pretty well. But Elvis and Mr.
Any answer I gave you was sounding.
I wondered if we could just talk about another topic. One is a pleasant day here. What do you think about the Beatles?
The who? I knew this was going to happen. I knew.
What do we think about him?
Sure. Yes.
Well, I've heard of them, you know, about a year before. And the first time I saw them was on the Ed Sullivan Show. And the Colonel and I wished them the best of luck over here, you know, really. Because if these young people can come over here and do well, regardless of what crowd they impress, well, more power to them, really.
Elvis,
Yes, ma'am.
you want to write a piece for me that does not have a boat for your personal pleasure. Have you ever thought of buying a boat just to, cruise around in? Or yacht yourself?
Well, in Memphis, there's no,
No, but you're...
except the Mississippi River, you know.
Danny, have a chance to use the yacht at all while you owned it?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Did you use the yacht at all while you owned it?
No, sir, it took all the time to get it cleaned up. They worked all night last night to get it cleaned up for today. Okay. So the safety deposit box. The safety deposit.
I think so.
All kidding aside, I wish them the best of luck.
Well,
And I hope they do very well. Because I don't think like that. I've been too lucky myself. I've been too busy myself. I wish them the best of luck. I sincerely mean that, really. Them and anybody else. In this business.
Thanks a lot, Al.
Yes, sir.
The yacht would automatically go to the March President Roosevelt's favorite Eddie Cantor named it.
I wanted to ask you another question, inside question about KFWB. I wanted to know if you were aware of the fact that we ran a special report on you called the Elvis Presley Mystery. Did you hear anything about that? Or did you get any response or fan mail from it?
Yes, I did. I didn't know exactly what it was. I tried to figure it out myself.
We did a special report. We had interviews with all kinds of people that knew you, and what we tried to do was to give the public an idea of what Elvis Presley was really like. We had interviews with Nick Adams and people that had worked with you in the past when you were on your way to the top. I just wondered if you had heard about it, and if you did, whether or not you had any response from the fans that you have to the program.
Well, I got response at my home, you know, and people were calling up and asking what it was and what was going on and everything. And then I went back to Memphis and I got letters from people in L.A.
You think it all came from the fact that we were running this special report called the Elvis Presley Mystery?
I'm pretty sure that it did. In fact, it was a mystery to me for a long time, too.